Welcome, everyone. This is Tracy Una Wagner with Versatile Inspirations, and this is the 2-week mindfulness journey, week 2, day 9. And today we are going to be talking about becoming mindful easily and effortlessly by working with nature. And nature can include just about anything, whether that is you physically going outside and taking a walk in nature. And even if you are in the city, downtown New York City, or anywhere else where it doesn't feel like there's nature, just by being outside under the sky, whether it's daylight or it's nighttime, that is still being in nature. It may not feel like it, but you're experiencing the world outside of many walls, possibly. And so you're actually out in nature just soaking up vitamin D, the sun's rays, the moon's rays, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are, even just stepping out on a balcony. Say you're on the ship in the middle of the ocean, taking a cruise. Just by stepping out onto the balcony and just absorbing that air will create that same sense of being in nature. And you can use that and harness that to just become mindful. Just say you are on a ship in the middle of nowhere and you step out onto the balcony. You can hear possibly the waves crashing. You can smell the salt air. You can actually feel it. Salt air is wonderful for your skin, for your senses, for your hair. It's amazing what just that salt in the air can actually do. It's very cleansing, it's very grounding, it's wonderful for you. Same with stepping out of your cubicle, your office, your house even. There's just stagnant air from you walking around, from your animals walking around, other people, just by being enclosed. And when you step out, there is, even though you don't notice it at first, there's a gentle breeze at least. There's just that little bit of movement in the air, cleansing and purifying and just reawakening your senses. And when we become mindful, we can experience these things and more. And nature is a wonderful way for us to get back into center, back behind our glasses, back within our awareness. And that way we can actually focus on things that we need to accomplish in the day, things that we're trying to get guidance from. And this can even show up as a plant or a tree or a bush or maybe just a leaf or a spirit animal, totem animal, or just an animal that comes by, or a bug or anything, a rock. And we can get these wonderful times of presence and mindfulness while we're there. Now, if you don't have time to go out, say you're busy and you just can't go out, there's many things that you can do inside that can bring nature into you. The first and foremost is just by having plants. I don't have any up here, but I have plenty downstairs, but they're kind of bigger. I don't have any tiny plants now, but so I couldn't bring them up here to show. But having plants in your space is wonderful for just bringing the outside in. And by even just sitting and maybe meditating with a plant or being mindful, looking at the plant. A lot of times when people like take care of plants, watering, talking to, trimming, just the act of taking care of plants is very meditative, and you're going into that mindfulness and awareness state. You're just focusing on doing something. If you're wanting to go further into something like that, try finding somewhere that can teach you how to keep a bonsai tree. I remember doing this in high school. It was an amazing experience going and picking out my tree, going and taking the time and the effort to envision what it was I wanted my tree to look like by the time I was done, the pot that it would be in, the kind of decorations that I had around it. And by creating that vision, or creating the vision to the best that I could, and then knowing that I could just go back and gently take care of this beautiful bonsai tree, was an amazing experience. It unfortunately perished when my parents moved, but just the idea of doing it, I've wanted to do another one ever since, because it was a wonderful experience, and it was one of my first experiences of really becoming mindful and really becoming aware of what I was doing in order to create what I had in my mind. So it was amazing experience. So if you want to go further with taking care of plants, and you want to have something that you could potentially pass down generation to generation, I highly suggest just going and finding a class on creating a bonsai. I highly recommend it. Now, there's other things that you can bring in. Um, People are very into essential oils right now. They're very handy. They're pretty much nature squished so that you can get the oils from them. And they're wonderful to actually use in your space. This is more olfactory, so you can smell it. And so that creates an atmosphere of bringing the outside in as well. Same with sage. Although sage is actually, you can actually grow sage outside, cut it and bind it yourself, or you can just go and purchase it. But sage is a wonderful clearing mechanism, so you can use this to clear your house of the stagnant energy, but you can also freshen up the space and bring the outside in that way as well. So even having stones, crystals, rocks, um, gems, anything, just bringing those inside will actually help you with your space, bringing your outside in. Meditating with your rocks or gems or crystals is a wonderful way to become mindful. You can also just take, and to get into the meditative state, you can look, just kind of softly gaze at your crystal, rock, gem, whatever it is that you have in your hand, and just notice, just become aware of the little dimples and the little crevices of your gem or rock or stone. Now, like this one it's very shiny. I can't really see too awful well, but it's very sparkly. So you can actually just use it, especially if you're in a lighted room, and just watch as the light just sparkles off of it. Anything like that. Now, if you're finding that you don't have any of those, whether it's a picture, you can find a picture on the internet. Pixabay.com is a wonderful place to go if you're looking for some kind of meditative picture that you can look at. But also, I just have little statues around of gnomes, fairies, angels. You can see them, some of them in the background. And here's a tree, a Mr. Weiss green tree, and he just sits back there and he helps me to just get into the space of study, study, just going on and doing research, things like that. It helps me feel in that presence of being wise. And so by doing that, it's an awareness. It is becoming mindful of what it is that I want to be doing. So I just seek him out, and his energy fills me with that space and that ability, that feeling that I want to go into to be mindful of the research I'm doing, the study I'm doing, things like that. So it's very helpful. And you can find pictures, you can find videos, you can find little statues around that help put you into the space. And you can use them as tools for becoming mindful. Like when I want to do research or I'm getting ready to study something, I tap into his energy, and that helps me become mindful of that intention. And so that's helpful as well. You can do that with rocks, gems, with a leaf, just noticing a leaf, and maybe that puts you into the feeling of being outside, and that's great too. Maybe you need the smell. So essential oils, incense, or sage, something like that is going to help you to bring in that feeling of mindfulness for being outside, or mindfulness of recharging your batteries, which happens when you go outside. So all of these are wonderful ways in which you can tap into the nature in order to become mindful, to become aware. There again, just taking a leaf, taking, even if you have a plant inside the house, one leaf, and just noticing the patterns of that leaf, noticing if there are new little sprouts coming up. Especially if you have African violets, you'll notice that they like to produce little babies around them. So just noticing little things. How much bigger has it gotten? And just having that awareness brings you back into self, brings you back into that state of mindfulness. And with it, you can expand on what it is that you're wanting to become mindful. Just like when I seek out Wise Green Tree, I use him for mindfulness and going into study and research. So find what it is that helps you to connect with nature. Nature, there again, is very grounding. It helps to put you in that space of being able to become aware back into your existence, back here behind your glasses within your space. And that actually is very helpful to create that mindfulness. So feel free to go out into nature as much or as little, as long as you have something that helps you to bring nature from outdoors inside. And that will help you continue that mindfulness practice that you're trying to achieve. All right, so let me see if I can find a picture. I think. Let's try this one. We have already used this one, but I'm going to go ahead and use this again. So I'm going to read just a meditation that I wrote a long time ago about the magic forest. Now I have that so that you can download this, and it has music and everything with it. But I'm just going to read this so that you can get the feeling that even just by listening to a guided meditation, you can experience this beautiful forest atmosphere, and you can gather the energy of it. You can feel like you are aware of what is going around you, even if it's just in your mind. Even if you can't get out into nature, you have your mind and you can bring it into your awareness. And when we think about it, we create it, and our body responds to that. So I'm going to go ahead and just make this full screen so that you can just see that. And I'll just go ahead and invite you to listen to this guided meditation, this guided journey, so that you can go into nature as well. All right, hold on one second. Perfect. All right, and like I said, I'm just going to invite you to just come back into your awareness, come back behind your glasses. Good. And go ahead and take a cord line, link, or hook from your root or base chakra, the base of your spine, right at your sit points, and send that down into Mother Gaia, down into Mother Earth. You can also do this from, especially if you're seated, sometimes it's easier to envision roots or line link cord going from your feet, which have beautiful chakras in them as well, down into Mother Gaia from your feet, sending that down, down, down. Just a little ways below your feet, you're going to hit a mass called the Earth Star chakra. And that, once you hit that mass, it just shoots your cord liner link straight down into the Earth's core, into Mother Gaia's middle center, where you can draw up, and she sends up beautiful grounding energy up, up, up into your cord liner link, up into your feet, up into your sit bone, up into your being, swirling around, filling up your body with that grounding, wise energy. Good. Now, also, I'd like to invite you to take from your heart center, and this can be from your heart chakra, from your thymus chakra, which is right above your heart chakra, your soul self, or just your chest center. Send a cord liner link up through your top of your head, through your crown chakra, up, 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 and once it gets to about 12 to 14 inches above your head, it hits another mass of energy. And this mass is your stellar gateway chakra. And once it hits that mass, just like the Earth Star, it just shoots up into the cosmos, up into the divine realms, up, up, up. And just like the Earth, the cosmic energy is sent down that cord liner link from the divine, down, down, down into your being, swirling and intermingling with the earth energy, filling you full of love, filling you full of that beautiful cosmic energy that fills up your spiritual body. So both your physical and spiritual bodies are completely grounded. Wonderful. Now I'd like you to relax, continuing to let the earth energy and the cosmic energy swirl around, recharging your physical and your spiritual batteries. And just listen to my voice as I guide you on a journey, breathing in normally, exhaling naturally. Feeling safe and secure. At this time, you find yourself standing on the top of a staircase. As you look around, from side to side, you notice you're looking at the tops of trees. There are evergreens and maples mixed among the forest you are descending into. Stepping down each of the staircase's steps, you pause and look around yourself and see birds and squirrels scampering about the branches. Pausing at times to admire the colors all around you, browns and greens of all shades and textures. The bright sun illuminating the brilliant colors that are dancing around you. Continuing down the staircase, you're almost to the forest floor. You begin to hear the faint mumble of a dancing brook nearby. Stepping down further, you hear the sounds even louder. The colors are more brilliant, and everything seems to be alive with wonderment. Sunshine speckles the environment, creating a fairy tale atmosphere. Stepping down once more, you find your feet firmly planted on the soft green mossy floor of the forest you just descended upon. Looking around, you see the bubbling brook you heard earlier and notice there's a path next to it, winding further into the woods. Deciding to follow for a bit to see where it leads you, you walk a few feet to the trail. You begin walking along this trail, reveling in the sights and sounds of the brook and the wildlife that lies all around you. You notice the trail is leading to a clearing ahead. Before rounding the last turn on the trail, you hear a rumbling sound. As you round the corner on the trail, you hear a distinct rumbling sound. And as you round the bend, you are enthralled with the sight ahead. It is a wonderful waterfall that falls into a clear stream. Moving closer to the waterfall, you come upon a footbridge that takes you near the small lake that the brook you followed to this spot lies. Stepping up onto the bridge and walking along to the area right in front of the waterfall, you admire the sheer majesty of the water flow. After a few moments, you turn to go, and your eye catches reflection in the mirror made possible by the water. You see a reflection that is beautiful and glowing. You glow. The glow of the image in the clear water is so awe-inspiring, it makes you smile and want to investigate further. As you look closer, you notice clear skin and shiny hair that must be the result of good hydration. The figure reflected has a nice, healthy body frame that is a result of mindful eating and routine exercise to keep it as such. All of a sudden, you see two bright eyes smiling back at you and a beautiful smile that you recognize immediately. It's you. You are that special, wonderful image that has been reflected in your makeshift mirror. You are a radiant, unique person. You are loved and admired. The world is a better place because you are here in it. You have purpose and you inspire people. You love yourself and just as you should, unconditionally. You are your best friend and confidant. You're perfect just as you are right now. As perfect and imperfect as this forest, you are reflected in it. You are love, and you are truly loved. As you realize this, it becomes a miraculous gift. This glow coming from all around you selflessly brightens everything even more. Your light is shining as brightly as this light from the forest, so brilliantly so brightly that it touches everyone and everything with its positive energy. As the forest selflessly shines its light, shines its brilliance, so do you. With this light radiating from you, only good and wonderful things will be attracted to you and sent from you. You shine like a beacon in the night, calling forth and manifesting your heart's truest desires. With your body, mind, soul, and spirit full of the healing messages you just received. From this wondrous location, you know, if you so choose, you can return here anytime, any day, in the blink of an eye, or with a true intention to do so. Just by breathing and knowing that's where you want to be, to feel the peaceful, pure energy and to feel you full of love's essence, the healing power of this forest, of this lake, of this beautiful mirrored waterfall. Anytime. You turn to go and you notice that the forest has been watching. You can sense the trees smiling and nodding their approval as they sway in the wind. The animals come out to witness and go back and bask in your pure calming aura that now extends so far beyond your physical body. It actually lights your way up the path, back to the staircase. Taking one last look around you to imprint this visual masterpiece into your subconscious, and to remember that you may return at any time just by breathing and thinking of your magical forest. Now ascend your staircase, coming back to consciousness, remembering who you truly are, remembering that you shine your light, remembering that you become mindful of who you truly reflect in this world. You reflect yourself. You're the mirror image of everything that you want, that you desire yourself to be. Becoming mindful of that, becoming aware of that, intending for your body, mind, soul, and spirit to become aligned with that which you want to show the world, that which you want to aspire to be. You already are. All it takes is for you to shine your light. And so it is. Taking a deep breath in and releasing that. Wonderful. One more time, deep breath in and releasing that. Taking one more deep breath in. Wonderful. And releasing that. And so it is. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And I'm going to put that back up so that you can download that real version of the Magic Forest and listen to it as you would like. That way you can Go deeper into the forest if you'd like, spend more time, and just see how being mindful of the space around you, even if it's only in your mind, helps you to become aware, go behind the glasses, and to be present. All right, you take care. Have a wonderful day. And as always, I'm sending you and yours love, light, and eternal blessings. Take care.